right before our very eyes, we're seeing the realignment of Power 5 conferences, especially now that these media right deals have hit the table, and many are looking to make sure that they're able to cash in when those new TV deals kick in very soon. The major question I have to ask everybody is, how does this affect the smaller conferences, especially those conferences that don't have the financial windfalls as many of the Power 5 conferences? Well, looking at how things is getting ready to be structured, it's almost like either you're going to get down with us or you're going to get mowed down by us. And when it comes to that type of scenario, you have to ask the question, is there anybody out there that's willing to come in and broker a deal with, say, HBCU conferences, the CIAA, the SWAC, the MEAC, the SIAC? Is there anybody out there that's willing to come in and do just that? Well, you automatically know you're going to have to be creative when it comes down to making sure that those financial gains are there. And the conferences, those HBCU conferences that you're looking to do business with, they're going to have the ability to where they can expand themselves as far as with being able to garner more revenue when it comes to their, to the media. Well, I put it to you like this. Many folks thought it was going to be a stranglehold put on the media rights deals because of those big name schools. Well, things are about to change, because looking at what the CIAA just did with HBCU Go and Byron Allen, I honestly got to say, that's a pretty daggone good deal. I know some folks saying 10 years is too long. I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you right after this. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos, and tap in the free to tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing, because I'm like, Coach, what's your take on all of this? I'm going to be honest with you. I had a moment. I'm just going to say that Coach had a moment. And the moment that I had, I sat back and I looked at how far HBCUs have come when it comes down to their product now being shown on television a lot more than what it has been in the past. And what I mean by that is because I know some of you out there may say, Dad, Coach, you going back on this one, but think about it. Before, you can only hear the games on the radio. Or if by chance there was a football game that's being played in the local area or whatever have you, there was a big known game, they would put it on TV for the masses to see, or for the world to see, whomever was able to get access to watching that game, or, listening to it or whatever have you. But I'm saying all of that to say, looking at what the CIAA and Byron Allen Media Group along with HBCU Go is doing, I got to tip my hat to it. And the reason why I say that is because they're going to be able to show broadcast 5 CIAA football games, televised games that is, on the Griot Network, including the 2023 CIAA Football Championship on HBCU Go, and broadcast television stations throughout the U.S., including CBS owned and operated duopoly stations in key television markets such as New York, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Dallas, Atlanta, Boston, San Francisco, Seattle, Detroit, Sacramento, Miami, Tampa, and Pittsburgh. Now, plus they will have other sporting events that will be streamed live throughout the season via the CIAA network and provide first right to HBCU Go for their on-demand platform, which will be on HBCU Go and Allen Media Group platforms. Now, this is the kicker. I don't know if anybody caught that last part where they're talking about on-demand platform. Well, on-demand, ESPN and ESPN Plus got on-demand set up with their stuff, right? Where we're paying with a $10 fee to watch a lot of the games that they don't show on regular TV, but they show on ESPN Plus or ESPNU or ESPN Ocho or ESPN Your Brother, Mama, Sister. And, you get what I'm talking about. Yeah, that channel. But they showing everything out there like that, and we're paying a fee to watch that. So I'm looking at it from the standpoint of the CIAA is definitely looking at how they can take as best advantage as they can as far as with maximizing their efforts from a monetary standpoint when it comes to their content. Not only that, but just looking at them having the ability to expand. I mean, it's just expansion. Expand. The word expansion, I'm just going to say expansion, expansion, expansion. They're only showing 5 games. So I take it the rest of those games are going to be shown on the CIAA network. Who's to say that they don't find another partner that they can go ahead and get a different media deal, media rights deal where it's second or third tier? Who's to say that's not to happen? Who's to say it hasn't already happened? Which I love this because, like I said before, it gives them the ability to do more with what they have, as well as keep themselves in play as far as with making sure that they're able to make money through their CIAA network. Now, I know a few people out there like, Coach, you said duopoly. Wait a minute. And not only that, but then you got to talking about on-demand platform. Yeah, on-demand. Listen, on-demand is basically direct to customer, DTC. That's what everybody's doing right now. Duopoly, I'm going to explain that first before I get to the DTC part, because I know everybody like, what? Duopoly is, a duopoly station is a radio tower which 2 or more stations in the same city or community share common ownership. I'm going to show you the channels that's in the different cities that, that goes with that duopoly. These are the channels here that's going to show up. I don't know if these are going to be the exact channels, but I'm just going to give you the example so that you can see it. The reason why I said that is because direct to consumer is something that ESPN is looking at right now. Why do I say this? Because we all witnessed all of the different individuals that they let go a couple months ago, and they still been letting folks go here and there as far as if they will be a good fit for the new model that ESPN is looking to put together that they're going to roll out here. And actually, and honestly, truly, I'm going to say they've rolled this out already. I know y'all get upset with Coach, but I'm going to say it anyway. I did some research. I went and looked at something where what was the membership count on like ESPN Plus? Because remember, they were showing SWAC games on ESPN Plus and ESPNU. So I went and did some digging in 2021, fall of 2021. How many consumers did they have on ESPN Plus, ESPNU at that time? I think it was like 2-point-something million. By the time we got to 2022, 2023, well over 4 million, if not almost 5.5 million now. I say that to say HBCU sports have big value. We have been that prize that's been tucked away for so long. Like that they say that diamond in the rough. You got rub that, shine that diamond up a little bit so it can shine bright so everybody can see it. That diamond has been sitting forever. And nobody really paid any attention to it. Say that to say that people are starting to look at exactly what we have to offer. And I'm gonna use this young man as an example because when Shedeur Sanders got on the podium and he said that the athletes that's out there on the field at a Power 5 are no different than what they see in the HBCU. The only difference is the lineman. That's it, the lineman. Offensive, defensive lineman, that's it. That's the only difference. And I'm sitting there like, whoa. But a lot of folks let that go over their head because they were so caught up in, he's trying to water it down to be this. No, this young man has been putting up these numbers since forever. But let me get back to the deal for the CIAA. I just wanted to throw that example in there so that people can see where I'm coming from. Give you an example because people want to see what you have to offer. And when Jackson State had all of their games on ESPN, how many of you out there went and got memberships at that point in time for ESPN Plus, which was bundled with ESPNU for you to see everything that was going on over there? So when you did that, that was $10 that they got from you month after month after month. And then Jackson State came back and said, hey, we're going to show this on our network. So then you had to go pay for the game, to watch the games on their network. So all I'm saying is, and like I said, I'm just using examples here. But what I want everybody to understand is that not only that, you have 47.6 million people that have cut the cord. They're tired of the traditional cable bill. The traditional cable bills have increased so much where it's almost like you're paying a car note for a Cadillac, which is crazy. And I say that to say, look at what happened with Spectrum down in Florida, where A lot of those people that had Spectrum in, I think it was in Jacksonville, they didn't get to see the Orange Blossom Classic when it came on TV. Because guess what? They cut it. Why? Because they had to redo their deal with ESPN. According to Buffalo News, ESPN and other Disney-owned channels cut from Spectrum amid dispute. Basically, all of those channels, all of those Disney-owned channels, they had no college sports. Their college sports was cut short. So that meant that, you know, you're sitting there trying to watch football games, you couldn't watch anything because ESPN wanted to increase the rates as far as the amount of money that Spectrum is paying them per month to stream ESPN services to their consumers. So that means the consumer is going to eat that charge. What other way can you go ahead and get to add more people to the cut the cord program that is already going on by doing something like that? It's simple, man. And the thing is, even the cable companies are starting to believe that, man, cable companies is about to go by wayside. And they're trying to find whatever ways they can to keep it going. And when I look at what Byron Allen Media Group and HBCU Go, along with the CIAA, is able to do, it's a phenomenal deal. Because think about it. If you got 54.4% of Americans who no longer get traditional cable bills, and that number is only going to continue to keep increasing, who's going to go out of business? Who's going out of business? Who's going to get the business? So now when I look at the deal that the CIAA and Byron Allen Media Group along with HBCU Go did, I said, okay, check this out. Looking at what they were able to do, you have the CIAA is getting a financial windfall from Byron Allen Media Group along with HBCU Go to push finances back into the CIAA platform for all 13 institutions that's within the conference. So it only makes sense because what that does is now the things that they need to make sure that they put out a great product to the consumer, for them to go ahead and charge consumers for them to watch, you know, the games, the different games that's not being shown on HBCU Go or Byron Allen Media Group channels, hey, they good to go. So it's a win-win for them. And as I stated before, yes, they're going to get the 2023 CIAA football championship. I believe they're going to get basketball and I think some track and field. I think it's men and women's basketball, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the thing. When you look at it from that standpoint, and it's so, everything is crystal clear as far as what's going on. Why not roll with that? I know a lot of you out there talking about, man, 10 years, that's crazy. I think, was it 10 years, 120 million or something like that? I don't know the exact numbers. There's numbers floating around out there that I don't know are actual factual. So I'm not going to quote those numbers saying I got those numbers from here. No. But I would say this. It leaves the door open for the CIAA to get out there and make additional deals for them to make money and do their thing. You got to give the CIAA commissioner, Ms. Jacqie McWilliams Parker, you got to give her props on this one. Not only that, give HBCU Go and Byron Allen Media Group their props as well for being able to come together as a collective and make this deal happen. Because now, as I stated before, their product is going to be shown around this country. For those who didn't have the opportunity to see it before, they're going to have every opportunity possible to see it now. And not only that, because like I stated before, it's going to be streamed, it's going to be on demand, and guess what? It's going to be on your local channels. So if it's on your local channels, you know a lot of your parents out there, they didn't cut the cable. They didn't cut the cord. They're not doing cable no more. They got probably the rabbit ears, or they got the little box from Walmart or somewhere that they paid like $20 for when everybody first started cutting the cable, where they can just sit there and watch the local channels. Well, guess what? They'll be able to see it on that box. They'll be able to see the games on those local channels. Heck, my mom was like, hey, I'm sitting here watching, who did she, I think she watched Clark, Atlanta, and Fort Valley State Saturday. She's like, man, I didn't know that. Yeah, Mom, they got it going on now. I said, they trying to make sure everybody is able to see all the games everywhere. So this is a win-win for them. And I got to say congratulations again, guys. Hey, this is something I love to see, man. Look how far we've come, and we only just beginning to grow. But, guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.